Okay, so we all love the titular Avatar of the Last Airbender, and I often have considered, and I often considered this even before I started doing this YouTube stuff, like how cool it would be to play a character that was very similar to the Avatar. But it's kind of hard to build that way. There's just too many variables, and you can't play a wizard or a rogue or a sorcerer, and it just doesn't make sense. So I kind of built my own. And now in this, I'm not going to have all of the backstory. We all know what the Avatar is, right? If you don't watch the animated series, this should be coming out the day of the live action, and I've avoided all of the any spoilers. I've avoided any trailers. I would just prefer not to, because I have the feeling it won't be as good, even if it is very good. But that's beside the point. So let's get into this class, because you can use it if your DM allows. You can use it as a class, or you can make it into a villain. And I think either way, it's pretty great. And I have given them all 20 minus ability score improvements and the subclass things. I've given them all 20 ability. So it's kind of like a mix between like a wizard and a rogue, where rogues get lots of little things, mostly little things here and there, and the wizard get like a few powerful things. So it kind of melded those two together. So, shall we begin? Shall we? Yes. At level 1, you get Spurred Cantrip. You can cast a cantrip as a bonus action up to your proficiency bonus per short rest. Got it? Easy peasy. Level 2, Elemental Obstruction. As a master of the elements, when you save against the spell or effect that does fire, cold, lightning, or bludgeoning damage, roll a d6 and add your avatar level, and you take that much less damage of the listed type. So, of course, there's going to be some debate about whether or not I should have put in lightning. There's really not as many other elemental types as I would like in the spell list, which, it makes sense. But also bludgeoning, pretty much I'm using for both earth bending and air bending. It kind of felt like that for me. So, boom. Number 3, you have your avatar discipline, which is your subclass, and we will get to that later. I created one subclass so far, the windbender subclass, and if this video does well, I'll do more, but I may kind of just make them also wizard subclasses. Level 4, your ability score improvement, standard. At level 5, you get the avatar state. As an action, you go into the avatar state. In this state, any resistances to lightning, fire, cold, or bludgeoning are overcome with any leveled spell you cast. So this doesn't work with the cantrips. And any immunities become resistances. During this time, you can roll one extra damage die for one leveled spell you cast, and one level spell you cast, and any cantrips you cast as an action have advantage if there is an attack roll. So basically, I did stumble a bit there. I don't know if you noticed. Probably not. I kind of really, played it off well. But you get one extra damage die for a leveled spell. So if you cast Fireball, instead of, I think it's 3d6, it is now a 4d6 spell once while you're in the avatar state. And if you, say, use your action to cast Produce Flame, you have advantage on that attack roll. Is that a... Yeah, I think we're good. I think we got this. And you can do this, the avatar state, once per long rest. At level 6, you get another avatar discipline subclass. At level 7, Elemental Reflection. When you save against the spell or effect of one of the 4 elemental types, you can use your reaction to cast a cantrip of the same type of damage if you have one, proficiency bonus times per day. So in this class, the elements are fire, cold, lightning, and bludgeoning. It just makes it a lot easier than creating a whole new 50 wind spells or whatever. So any of those, that's how that works. Um, yeah, I don't know if I said this, but you can do this a proficiency bonus times per short rest. At level 8, you get your ability score improvement. 9, elemental versatility. Once a day, as part of an attack while casting a spell or a cantrip, you can change the damage type of that spell until the end of your next long turn. You can change it into another elemental type, and you can change this back as an action. At level 10, you get another avatar discipline. Now let's scroll down the page so I can read more. At level 11, avatar state excellence. While in this state, your spell attack modifier and spell save DC go up by 1 permanently. So this is pretty cool if you ask me. You know, if you're seeing a lot of these, they're like, oh, that's kind of cool. This is great. All right, we all know this is great. Level 12, another ability score improvement. At level 11, nope, we're going up. At level 13, elemental healing. When you save against one of the 4 damage types as listed above, you can once per day take no damage and instead heal for 1d10 plus your wisdom modifier. So once a day, you get blasted with a fireball. I don't think so. What was that? Level 13? Yeah, great. Level 14 is another avatar discipline. I believe this is your last one. Level 15, Spirit Bridge. You can re-roll 1 death saving throw per short rest. So it'll be real hard for you to roll nat 1, and it'll make it a little bit easier to not die. I don't know, levels 4, 8... okay, sorry. This is the last ability score improvement at 16. At level 17, there's just so many numbers, it's so hard to keep track. But I have them all written down, and I will be putting them in the comment, or not in the comments, in the description, so you can actually look at them and understand them better than through my words. At level 17, Chi Meditation. You regain 2d6 worth of spell levels on a short rest once per day. So basically, a first level spell is, 1, second level 2, you got it. So if you get a bunch, you can get high level spells. If you roll low, you can get low level spells. At level 18, Avatar State Perfection. You are now always in the Avatar state, and you get 2 extra damage dice when you choose to do that. So you can still only do that once. So it's not like every time you cast a fireball, you get an extra 2d6. But once, when you do that, you get it twice. So that's pretty cool. Is it kind of cocky for me to say something I made is cool? I don't know. Let me know in the comments if that was cocky. At level 20, nope, I'm skipping so much. At level 18, jeez. At level 19, commune with spirits. Once per day, you can commune with the spirit of someone deceased, either someone you knew or knew of. The meditation to perform this ability takes 1 hour. In that time, you may ask 1 question. The question can be as simple or complex as you'd like, and the answer can be anything the spirit would have said in life if they would have chosen to respond or not. Now lastly, level 20, the spirit of the lion turtle. As an action, make a melee spell attack roll against a target. On a hit, roll a d100. On a 10 or lower, the target can't cast spells or create other magical effects using their own magic for 1 minute. Basically, if they push over a vial of some sort of alchemical ingredients, that's fine. They just can't make their own magical effect. So this lasts for 1 minute. They can make a wisdom saving throw at the end of each of their turns. On a success, this effect ends. You can do this once per long rest. So that is the avatar. I tried to make it so he's a little good at everything. I think I did all right. If you have any anything you think I should adjust, feel free to tell me. I might do something like this again, but now we have to get into the disciplines, the airbending discipline specifically. So, at level 3, you learn the gust cantrip if you don't already know it, and you can also cast this up to your proficiency bonus per long rest in addition to your other bonus action cantrips. So you can produce flame a couple times, and then you have gust a few times. When you cast gust either as an action or a bonus action, you can, instead of the usual effects, move yourself up to 10 feet without provoking opportunity attacks. So basically, you blast yourself backwards with gust, side, forward. That's how that'll work. Level 6, the wind funnel. As an action, you create a funnel of wind that picks up debris from all around you and fires it 60 feet in a straight line. Each creature in that line, whether friend or foe, must succeed a dexterity saving throw. It always feels weird when I say dex save and then I read it and I'm like, wait, something's off here. Must succeed on a dex save. On a failed save, they take 3d4 bludgeoning damage and are knocked prone. On a successful save, they take half. At level 10, your walking speed increases by 5 feet because of how, all that wind blasting around. And in addition, as an action, a burst of wind gives you a flying speed of 100 feet until the start of your next round. You can do this twice per long rest. So I know a lot of people like putting flying in things. This was kind of my substitution. If you really want flying, talk to your DM and just swap out the things I have for level 10 and you can put flying in. But I don't want to make flying part of the things I make because I know a lot of people think it's super game breaking to just fly around all the time. But a nice little burst of energy, just there's a cavern. I have one more use of my whirlwind. It's a good time to use it. Speaking of whirlwind, at level 14, I didn't put that together. At level 14, whirlwind. As an action, you're surrounded by a whirlwind with a radius of 15 feet. Any creature that starts its turn in this radius has to make a strength save or be pushed out of it. Any creature that wants to move into it has to make a strength save. On a failed save, they spend 5 feet of movement and can't move further into it this round, further into the whirlwind this round. On a successful save, they can move into the whirlwind, but it counts as difficult terrain. Ranged attacks have disadvantage against you while the whirlwind is active. Any creature that starts its turn within 5 feet of you takes 1d10 bludgeoning damage. You can't save against this. You're just getting blasted with rocks. As a bonus action, you can use part of this whirlwind to blast magical wind out at enemies. Make a ranged spell attack up to 80 feet, and on a hit, the target takes 4d10 force damage. After 3 uses of this attack, the whirlwind disappears. This lasts for a minute. The whirlwind lasts for a minute, or until you're or until you're incapacitated. You can do this once per long rest. So that is the Avatar class and subclass. Man, I really hope my DM lets me play this. It's a lot of fun. I should mention in the description of the channel, I have all of the spells. So basically you have the same, like the wizard spells and stuff. Like you have the same cantrip set as a wizard, but you get any spell that will fit this thematically. So I made a list of it, and if you and your DM talk and say like, hey, this kind of works too, like this does bludgeoning damage, I can kind of flavor it this way, I'll allow it, I guess. But yeah, so I'll put that list in there, and I don't know. Have fun with this. It's always fun to play something different. I've played a ton of different types of classes before. I'm starting a new game fairly recently, and I'm like, well, what do I do? I've done most of this. I've done all the ones that I like, but this is something different. And I have some other ideas, definitely like plant bending. I've thought about metal bending a bit, magma bending. So there's a couple I really want to put out. It really depends on how this does. So I always say it, but this time specifically, like and subscribe. Tell people about this one specifically, because I do want to do those other things, and I think it'd be a lot of fun. And if you've seen it already, no spoilers in the comment, but for anyone who hasn't seen it, let's pray it's good. It's probably not going to be the same as the animated show, but I'm okay with an adaptation being different. And I know this just went off on a little bit of a Last Airbender tangent, but it is a show I really enjoy. But that being said, and now me having talked about a child's cartoon for long enough, hey, keep playing D&D. D&D. Hey, keep playing D&D.